Hello everyone, welcome. It's the first class. So this is the website for my classes, I guess. So how you can access Replit is you can go to the current tab. It's what the current classes are. Replit's right here. You can click on that. It's also in the Google Classroom. If you want to see Google Classroom, you go to. It's also here in the programming tab. Let's go to other info. Google Classroom's right here. You can just click on that link. It will take you to the classroom, or you can sign up for it if you haven't already. But anyways, let's go to Replit. So go to Replit, click on that link. It will look like this. If you already signed in or you already have an account, you will probably already be signed in. But if you don't have an account, then you can press continue with email. For all our new students coming in, I'll send a link. If you don't have an account right now, go to that website. Sign in. You can go to continue with email. If you don't want to, I think you need to sign in with Google. If you want to sign in with Google, you need to have like your account open. It's easier just continue with email. Just type in an email and password. I don't think you need to do any email verifications. So you're all good there. I'm gonna do that. Give me a second. I'll create a new one for this class. Just stop share for a second. Um, okay. Hold on, let me share my screen again. Okay, after you make your account, it should look like this. Um, Yippee. All right, whatever. Just do whatever. Explore Replit. So this is like the screen. This is what it's gonna look like. So from here, you can press create REPL. It's right here. Click on that. We're gonna be using Python right here. So Python is a coding language. It's a very simple one to begin with, which is why we're going to learn in Python. This class is not going to be like very difficult. Like this is a very entry level. And even if you don't learn Python in the future, like for me, when I took programming at my school, we learned it in JavaScript. Um, for this class at least, we're not going to go into the like language specific stuff. So for example, Python, there are features of Python that aren't available in other languages, and like languages, it really depends on what you're trying to do. Python is a very simple one. This is why we're going to start with it. So anyways, we're going to title it, I'll just title it A. Like create REPL here. And this is your REPL. I'll close this. Go to console. So how does this work? So this is where you can code stuff. There is AI integrated with REPL, which is nice. But this is what's called the console. The console is where you're going to see anything that you print out. The console is sort of like your results box. So anything you do with your code, it's going to show up in the console. So if you don't see it right now, there are tabs right here. And by the way, you don't have to follow along. You can do this after class. Just pay attention, I guess. So again, you click on the console tab. So for me, it started at the AI tab. Just click on the console tab. That'll take you to the console thing. But anyways, today's class is going to be about printing and also comments. So let's first talk about what each of those are. So print statements, for example, you might have seen something like print hello world. That's something that usually pops up when you open a new script. I don't know why this doesn't have it, but this is a print statement. What that's going to do is it's going to show up, going to show hello world in the console. So we use the print function, all lowercase, by the way. Python is um, case sensitive, so you can't mess around with that. So everything has to be lowercase. then your parentheses, and then you have to have quotation marks. Technically, you can use double quotes or single quotes. It doesn't matter, but it is good practice to use double quotes because it is more common. But yeah, single quotes would work as well. Oops. Single quotes. So single quotation marks would also work. So if we click run right here, you'll see hello world pops up in the console, which wouldn't have if we didn't have that. If we didn't have anything on our code, press run, clear our history. Nothing pops up in the console. So this print statement will print something in this console. So for example, if we want to say something like this is a class, if you press run, it's going to print that. And by the way, you can clear your history because from some reason they don't clear the history anymore. So if it's all jumbled up, you can press up here, it says clear history. It'll just delete everything in the console. So again, let's talk a bit about this. So it should look like this. Again, print is all lowercase. If you have a capital P here, it's not going to work. The squiggly line means there's an error. So this is a syntax error, which means there's something wrong with how you spelled something like that. So again, all lowercase, followed by your parentheses. And then inside your parentheses, you have double quotes or single quotes, but I would recommend you stick to double quotes. And we're going to talk about what these double quotes mean on Wednesday, but these double quotes and then your text inside. And inside your text, you can also write numbers if you want. So you can say, my favorite number is 5. So you can have numbers, but it has to be inside those double quotes. If you don't have those double quotes, it's not going to work. If you take out your double quotes, there's going to be an error. So make sure you put your double quotes in, and you can also see that the color changes. And if the color changes, then you know you got it right. It says wait, what, where. Do you elaborate? What do you mean by wait, what, where? Why are you typing that? So this is the print statement again. To clear. Oh yeah. So when you clear, just go to this console tab. Right next to there's a trash can. Click on that, and it's going to clear everything in your console. So again, that is if you have too many. So if I press run, I press run again, it's going to run again. But you can see this last time, the last run did not get deleted. So if you do it too many times, you have too many things in your console, it might get a bit confusing, especially if you're tweaking your code. So just press clear history, everything goes away. Yeah. How do I open it again? I think it's to be in the plus tab. Yeah. Tools, and then you see console. So zoom out. There's a plus sign right next to it. Yeah, I mean the other ones you don't really need, like AI, not really. Shell, you also probably don't need. Yeah, and now let's talk about uh what's it called? Comments. All right, so for comments, these are parts of code that will not be run at all. So the computer's gonna look at it, or actually, I don't even think it looks at it, but it's just not gonna run it at all. So for example, if I have under it, right? Yeah, by the way, comments are in hashtags. So if I write anything in hashtags, hashtags one. Anyways, like if you write anything here, it's not going to show an error. This is because this hashtag represents the comment function, which means that everything afterwards is just for you to see. So this is not going to be run by the program, the computer. It's only going to run this, and it's going to skip over line 2, because again, this means a comment, and comments are not run. So all this is just for you to see. And comments are useful, especially if you have lots of code. If you have a large block of code that does a lot of things, you might need a comment for your later self when you come back, maybe in a week or two. You need a refresher of what that code does. That's what comments for. A beginner mistake is that you won't include comments, and it's very bad, especially if you have, again, a large amount of code. So get in the habit of using comments, and Like in today's homework, it doesn't specifically say you need comments, but I mean, add a comment. Actually, I think it does. Okay, but anyways, for future assignments, it won't ask you for comments, but I do recommend getting in the habit of using comments. We're gonna learn about functions and other loops and stuff. The goal is to have at least one comment for each chunk of that. So just get in the habit of commenting your code. Again, a comment is not going to be run by the computer. It's just for you. Like for example, um, do something like, whoops, not that. Okay. Um, the following code is a print statement, right? This it changes color by the way, so you can see that you did it right. And there's no red squiggly lines. But anyways, this is going to say, this is going to tell me in the future if I come back to this code, what follows next is a print statement. And it might be pretty self-explanatory, but if it's a very big block of code, and I forgot what it does, it's going to be super hard to look back. But if I have this statement, this comment here that tells me, and we're all good. So again, print all lowercase followed by your parentheses. It's going to automatically have your end parentheses for you when you type in the first print. Is going to have that set for you, and then your double quotes, and then this is AI filled in, but I can say something like time. And again, if you run it, if you click this big green button, it's going to run in the console. Okay, and then sir, there are also a couple other things, which is if you see on your keyboard, if you're on like a computer, I'm not sure if you can find this if you're on like a mobile device or an iPad or something, but if you see under the backspace bar, there's a bar and also a backwards slash. So this is the bar. It looks like a long L. But there's also this slash right here, a backwards slash. So as opposed to, oops, not that one. The forward slash looks like this. The backward slash looks like this. And again, that's under the backspace bar. So right under it, there is bar and then backslash looks like this. And what you can do with that is for if you have a print statement and you want to say like hello, but then you want to skip a line, all you need to do is do that and then N and then hello again or hi, something like that. And again, this will change color. So if it doesn't change colors, then you know you did it wrong. If it does change color, it should be a pink. Then you know it works. You press enter. You see, oh wait, hold up, let me clear it. Okay. You see hello, and then it skips a line. This backward slash n skips a line, and then you can write hot. An alternative way of doing that is just if you split this up, so you can just do hello, and then you can just do a new line, print hot. And this does the same thing. You can see, whoops. It does the same thing. So each print statement will print a separate line. If you want to do multiple lines in a single print statement, you can use that backward slash n. Okay, so that's the basics that you'll need to know for REPL. Um, the print statement and comments is our topic today. Yeah, so the homework is going to ask of you, it's gonna ask you to create something in the console. So the homework is to create the outline of a capital letter. And basically what that means is in the console, it should look, hold on, let me draw it. You can use like a combination of underscores, slashes, and stuff. Like for example, if I wanted to create the letter A, I could have an underscore here, a slash, slash, maybe a bunch of underscores here, slash, slash, slash. That might be a capital A, or if I want to do capital B, it might be bar or lowercase l or something like this. Something like an underscore here, slash, something like that. I don't know, something like a capital B. Um, yeah, and again, you also need to comment, practice using comments, and again, that's with the hashtag. Let me erase all of that. Okay. Yeah, and you can use spaces, by the way, to make your code, make that space. So for example, if I wanted to create an underscore halfway across the page, I could just have a bunch of spaces and then an underscore, bunch of spaces, slash here, slash here. That's, oops, wait. And then like this, for example, you'll see that there's a bunch of space here, and then there's room here, and then your slash. And again, that's those spaces, all those spaces here would correspond to this space right here. And it's centered like, well, you can put more spaces in and move it further across. So now it's all the way down here. Yeah, so play around with that. Yeah, play around with, I mean, you could use those, or you could also use like the plus symbol. Um, and that probably would be a lot easier. I'm not sure if you can, yeah, just play around with all of them, see what works. And yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say. It's a very simple first class. Does anyone have any questions before we leave? Is everyone in the Google Classroom? If you're not, let me know. I could send you the link. Yes? No? Yeah? No? Okay, I'll send you the link. Yeah. Does everyone have the website link? Like the link to the class? Um, Hold on, give me a second.